Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video where we talk about the upcoming basketball shoes. We got a big one today, a very exciting new Nike signature shoe that may be as good as the PG6 and a very ugly one in my opinion. Anyways, before we start, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so. Pretty much every early image of a hoop shoe that we discuss here, you'll always see a video on how it performs later on. Let's get right into the very first look we got on the Jordan 38. Mixed feelings for me as a first reaction. So this was worn on court by Kiki Rice in the Sweet 16 NCAA tournament. I gotta say, UCLA players get the best Jordan PEs. Some of her teammates were wearing the 1-Take-4 in that Bruins colorway with yellow and blue. Those look really nice too. The Jordan 38, before this, we haven't heard or seen anything about them yet. And this silhouette looks like a combination of the GT Jump and Vince Carter Shox BB4 to me. It's got a little bit of a vintage style too. A mid-top, but the collar goes up pretty high around the ankle. This colorway she wore has a white base with black overlays. From the side panels, it looks like the upper will still feature some lino weave once again, but it's not like the Jordan 37 with holes poking through all over. The Jordan 37 low was a big improvement in materials, and it became much better with the toe box covered from my experience. This one is more of a safe design. If you look at the heel, I'm pretty sure it'll be the Formula 23 foam, just like the Luka 1 and Jordan 37. Jordan brand will always throw their premium technology onto the newest Air Jordan model. So I wouldn't be surprised if this shoe has like a double stack Zoom Air once again. It's just that the Formula 23 foam, both the Lukas and the Jordan 37, felt kind of stiff. Really not much compression there in the heel. But we don't know anything about the tech specs yet. It's still very early on. So comment down below how you think the Jordan 38 looks so far. I'm neutral about it. I also didn't see much of a Jordan 8 inspiration in it, but I'm sure some part of the shoe will be paying homage to the 8. If we take a peek at the outsole, this one is translucent with some herringbone pattern, it looks like. Traction was never an issue on the recent Air Jordans, so I actually think this will be a better shoe than the 37, but let me know what you think. All right, next up, before I say what this shoe is, can you take a guess? Obviously, you see the big Nike swoosh that sort of acts as the midsole caging, or is this just stitched on there? So this apparently is what the next Giannis shoe will look like, the Nike Zoom Freak 5, and this is not it for me, man. It's not a reverse swoosh this time, but they made another big swoosh and kind of dragged it down to the midsole so much that it looks really empty on the lateral side. There's the Giannis logo on the tongue, and it does not have an exposed air unit like the Zoom Freak 4. The 4 to me was a really good shoe. I thought they were trending back in the right direction. I think the 5 will be similar performance-wise, but it just looks a lot worse to me. Again, that's purely subjective, and we might be seeing more photos of them later on social media. So who knows, maybe they'll start to grow on me. I also thought, could this be the new Devin Booker shoe? But it isn't, and we still haven't seen much about his first signature shoe, really. If you think these upcoming versions of an existing line don't look as promising, then there is a brand new Nike signature shoe that should be a good one, and that is the Nike Sabrina 1. Another shoe they made for a WNBA player after the Air D.O.N. They did an orange hoodie colorway of that shoe, by the way. I think those look super nice. Yeah, this one, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it already. First signature shoe for Sabrina and Eskimos. The most exciting thing about them is the tech setup, which is full-length React plus a 4-foot zoom unit. Wow, I mean, finally. Nike really doesn't use React on their basketball shoes anymore. Two really good shoes we've had in recent years, the Hyperdunk 2017 and the PG6 last year, React was amazing on them. On those two shoes I mentioned, it was a perfect balance of comfort and responsiveness with good compression. The Sabrina 1 is a simple and clean low top. Some Kyrie and Kobe vibes maybe. They also split into a translucent outer part with a line of solid rubber cutting through the middle. While we're here, this might be a hot take, but I actually think that the center part of an outsole is more important for traction performance, because we tend to think otherwise, that the edges are more important. It's also where the pattern gets rubbed off the most over time. But right in the middle of the forefoot is what determines the grip usually. If that part is slippery, you just won't get a consistent stop. So this outsole design is very interesting. Reminds me a lot of the Son of Flash, maybe a potential top traction shoe. These should be releasing sometime this summer for $125 US. Shifting over to Adidas, they recently launched the Harden Volume 7, which was absolutely fantastic and definitely one of my favorite hoop shoes this year. This one isn't a new leak. We saw them during the All-Star weekend last month, the DON Issue 5. I think they look really dope. Mitchell's signature line apparently just isn't as popular compared to the Hardens, Dames, and even Trae Young's. This one kind of looks like a Harden. There's a big pot of mesh netting on the lateral side. The 3 stripes wrap upwards on the midsole, and it also has a full-on herringbone pattern. It'll be a higher cut compared to the DON Issue 4, but tech-wise, most likely light strike still. The DON Issue 4 maybe lacked a little bit of softness on feet, but stability and most importantly lockdown was excellent with that lacing system. So I think this will be a good shoe. Probably sometime in the fall season we'll be seeing these released for either 120 or 130 bucks. There are also some other upcoming shoes like the Cosmic Unity 3. I think they look awful. But the Cosmic Unity 2, I didn't really get to enjoy that shoe much because the upper was pressing down on my feet so hard and I was having some major soreness playing in them. But if the fit is okay for you, it'll be a good shoe with full-length Zoom Strobo. And that one might be coming up very soon, the 3. We'll see. Okay, that concludes our discussion on some of the most exciting upcoming basketball shoes. On one end, it's good to see the variety of products offered to us by Nike and Jordan Brand. But honestly, on the other end, their lineup of signature shoes has become a little bit saturated these days. I personally feel like brands are giving athletes their own signature lines just too early. Obviously Nike is smart enough to go with the most popular players to drive sales. But if you think about it, the 2 frontrunners for MVP this season, Embiid and Jokic. Jokic only gets Hyperdunk and GT Jump PEs, and who the heck knows what happened to the Embiid line with Under Armour. Also, the Paul George line somehow just won't be continued, while all the PG shoes have been such good performers and very affordable. Anyways, just a little complaint. Thank you so much for watching as always. Comment down below what you think about any of these shoes, and I'll see you on the next one.